Shut up. He told me not to make this cringy, but it will be cringy after all, but I don't care. Today's topic is about pollination. The transfer of pollination is the transfer of pollen from the anther to the stigma. First of all, there's something here. Okay. There are two types of pollination. So one is called self-pollination and the other is called cross-pollination. Self-pollination. It's more the basic type of pollination because it only involves one flower. This type of pollination occurs when pollen grains from the anther fall directly into the stigma of the same flower. The difference between the both. Self-pollination. It is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower or another flower born on the same plant. But cross-pollination, it is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower born on a different plant of the same species. Another one, it does not require any external agency for self-pollination, but cross-pollination, it requires it. It always requires it. The agents, examples such as wind, insects, etc. Self-pollination. Both anthers and stigmas mature at the same time, while cross-pollination, anthers and stigmas mature at different times, not at the same time. Self-pollination. It can occur when the flower is closed, but it can't occur when the flower is not closed. Does that make sense? Hold up. I'm gonna say it again. It can occur when the flower is closed in self-pollination, but in cross-pollination, it only occurs when the flower is open. Self-pollination produces homozygous offsprings. Cross-pollination produces heterozygous offsprings. Self-pollination does not introduce any variations, while cross-pollination does. Advantages of cross-pollination. Offspring may have inherited beneficial qualities from both parents. Abundant and more viable seeds tend to produce. Seeds are capable of surviving much longer before germination. More varieties of offsprings can be produced, greater genetic variations, and it also increases the chance of survival of a species to changes in the environment. Why? What is wrong with me? So yeah, that's all that has to be here, because Sam didn't give me a lot of info, just gave me those, so I just spoke it out, explained it a bit. That's all I did. Yeah, it's a really short video, isn't it? This is another science project. Hope Miss Angie doesn't. This is so cringy. Ew.